I want an old-fashioned girl. I want an old-fashioned girl.
Hi, and welcome to Stick It in Your Pie Hole. My name is Heather, and this is the show where we make pies for your pie hole, drinks for your drink hole, and I go ahead and assume that those are both the same hole for you that they are for me. Merry, happy, non-denominational winter celebration time! In case it escaped your notice, this is the time of year when all religions of the world pretend they don't hate each other for 5 minutes and get drunk. And to celebrate Christmas, I am making one of my favorite traditional dishes, which is mince pies with whipped brandy vanilla butter and mulled wine. Because the best thing you can do with wine is mull it over. First things first, biggest pot you can find, 8 cups of apple cider.
I think there's going to be enough room in there.
Of course there is. I lost count, god damn it! Fill up the rest of your container with whatever your finest box of wine is. Let it flow, let it flow, let it flow. To wine and apple cider, you'll add 1/2 a cup of honey. To the mixture, you're going to add the juice of 2 oranges. Also, the zest of 2 oranges. You should use 3 whole star anise pods for this, but I couldn't find any. So I put 2 teaspoons of anise seeds in a tea bag and tied it shut with some twine. A pinch of whole cloves and a handful of cinnamon sticks. Stir those up, put it on the stove, bring it to the boil, and then let it simmer for about 10 minutes. So the last thing you're going to do when you're serving your mulled wine is just a little bit of orange peel and use the sharp end of the knife, Heather. If you're wondering why there are 2 mugs, it's because I have a guest. My friend Christy's here. Hello! We're gonna get drunk and make some mince pies!
Yay.
Cheers.
Cheers. Happy holidays. That's hot.
Yep, it's really hot.
This is really good.
The finest box wine money can buy.
Notes of plastic and cardboard in it.
So for mince pies, you need to prepare the filling for the pie 3 days in advance because the dried fruit needs to soak in alcohol, sugar, and fat for 3 full days.
Yum.
I know, right? Please enjoy this journey into 3 days ago when I actually made the filling for this pie. So today I'm making the mince meat for our mince meat pies. Now, contrary to popular opinion and or its own name, mince meat does not actually contain meat. It is mainly a combination of dried fruit soaked in alcohol and beef fat. So start by zesting 1 orange and 1 lemon. Core and finely chop 2 Granny Smith apples. I got a new blender, sort of. Doesn't have a lid. I spend so much time on this show doing that. So you want the apples to be finely chopped, but not pureed. You don't want them liquefied at all. One strange thing you do need, not strange, but a little unusual, that you need for a mince pie is beef suet, or just beef fat, which you can get for free from the butcher, I found out this week. Just get all the meat off, because you really don't want meat in here, because it'll get too beefy, and we don't want beef pie. What we want is just like the rich, dense animal fat. Bessie was one chubby bitch, let me tell ya. You want to shred the beef suet quite finely so that you don't want to be biting into like big chunks of it, although the alcohol will dissolve most of it. So, here we go. So once you add your apples to the bowl, you want to add about 1/2 of a lemon worth of squeezed lemon juice, just to keep them from getting too brown and soggy. So, you're going to add the 1/2 cup of shredded beef suet to the apples and the lemon juice. To your bowl, you're going to add your zest of orange and lemon. 2/3 of a cup of currants. You will also need 2/3 of a cup of raisins. 1/3 of a cup of cranberries. Mincemeat is great. You can basically use any dried fruit that you want. Pretty much anything that they can shrivel up and turn into one of these can go in there. Last of all, I'm going to chop up just a few dried plums and put them in there too. This is a great pie, and boy does it keep you regular. I'm just gonna... Now, to this mixture we're also going to add a 1/4 cup of brandy, or as my grandmother would say, brandy. Just lots of brandy. Lots more than that. Last, we're just gonna add our spices, so 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg, 1/2 teaspoon of allspice, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Mix this together. Make sure to really mash up the suet so that it's not in large chunks and that it's kind of coating all of the fruit. You have this nice even mixture of fruit, fat, booze, and spices. Holy shit, I forgot something. Okay, well apparently I'm a lot more drunk than I realized. 1/2 cup of brown sugar in the mix. And just mix the brown sugar. So once you have this nice, dark, sticky mixture, just throw this in an airtight container. What? It's all I got that'll fit it. Put it in the fridge and let it sit there, soaking in all that alcohol, sugar, and beef for 3 whole days. I'm gonna stay here and drink until then, and I will see you soon. Cheers. So for our mince pies, what we're going to do is take a muffin tin and line all of the little muffin spaces with pie crust. My lovely assistant here is going to help.
Do they look right? Am I doing this right?
Yeah, you did perfect.
Gorgeous.
Wonderful.
So you guys know each other because you're both from Ireland, right? We have yet to establish.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I grew up in Ireland. Christy here also grew up in Ireland, although I'll be in a worse part of Ireland than I grew up
Absolutely.
in.
Oh yeah,
not.
Heather, aren't you a bogger? Is that it?
Everybody from my part of the world calls everybody from Heather's part of the world a bogger. You call us Jackeens, or is that something that like used to happen a million years
I'm
ago?
not a bogger. I'm from Galway City. I can't find my rolling pin.
Don't leave me alone on your show. This is terrifying.
Just gonna roll this out. Yep. My family pretty much gets together for the week between Christmas Eve and New Year's and just keeps a steady buzz going.
My like family Christmas traditions also all revolve around alcohol. Like even right down to brandy butter that we put on Christmas cake.
Yeah. If you're wondering if it has booze in it, it does. If you'd like something without booze in it, you're shit out of luck. Go to another country.
My friend Fiona shouted after him, "Don't do it, girls, he's a tinker." I wonder if my mouth is going to go purple.
For sure. Teeth to it's going to be really attractive. So the next step is just put about 2 tablespoons worth of your filling into each little pie. Would you like to do some of this?
Yes, please.
Yes, Mom. You can lick the bowl when I'm done.
Mince pies are a tradition that you don't have over here.
Yeah, definitely. Mince pies, fruit pudding, Christmas cake. Although Christmas cake you kind of have here.
Yeah, not the one that you pour alcohol on and set on fire though. That's a legitimate tradition. That's not a joke.
My granny used to get poaching from the priest. Poaching is Irish moonshine. We're getting progressively more Irish as the show goes on.
No, not as the show goes on, as we drink more wine.
Okay, for the top of the pies, you can just cover them with a little more pie crust, or in more traditional fashion, we're putting little stars on top. Because that's how Ireland rolls.
It is?
Shh, they're American, they don't know any better. My dad, come on, son of a bitch.
Is that a kidney bean?
No, not unless unless someone started adding shit behind my back.
I mean, would you know though? It's the glorious thing about mincemeat. You have no idea what you're eating.
Also, preheat your oven to 400 degrees.
About 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, I'm not sure I mentioned that. And then last of all, I'm just going to brush the top of each pie with a little bit of egg and cream wash. Ta ta ta. So, once your pies are pretty and have the stars and they're all sparkly and shiny and wonderful and perfect, like so, stick them in the oven for about 25 minutes. You want to bake until the crust is golden brown and the mince is bubbly. So while your pies are in the oven, I'm just going to whip up some quick vanilla brandy butter to serve them with. So what you'll need is 1 cup of butter, softened, and preferably not sticking to things. 1.5 cups of powdered sugar, 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Are you taking notes?
Oh yeah, mental notes.
Okay, and then you're just going to whip these together until they become really light, frothy, and white.
Having a straw in it makes you drink it faster.
One seemed to hear words of good cheer from everywhere, filling the air. Oh, how they found ways in the sound right.
Okay, so I need you to just add 1 tablespoon of brandy at a time until you get to like 5 or 7.
Okay. Okay.
Yep, there we go.
This entire meal is just going to be a combination of sugar and fat.
Yeah, and alcohol. Lots of alcohol. How many is this?
This is number 3.
Okay.
The first time I ever did a shot, I accidentally snorted it.
Oh.
And I fell over and I hit my head on a table.
Give her a lash there.
All bells all seem to say, no kiss and pain, Christmas is here, great English hymns, sing and
Oh my god.
Is it good?
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love brandy butter. Potent! It's got a kick to it.
Really just a little one. Like from a donkey.
I like how the mulled wine gets chunky towards the end.
So once your brandy butter is done and all pretty like, put it back in the fridge until your pies are finished.
Drink more wine.
So last thing, once you have your mince pies out of the oven, is just dust them lightly with a little powdered sugar. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Here we have our Christmas mince pies. So just serve these with a little brandy butter.
Just a smidgen of brandy butter. Cheers! I mean, it's delicious.
Oh, really? Holy shit, there's so much brandy.
I have brandy butter.
I've never liked mince pie before, but these are really
I
good.
know. Full disclosure, I kind of hate mince pies and I resent that they're part of the holiday tradition. But that's really good. Do you have any napkins?
Everyone hear it. Stick it in your pie hole, which is you and your family a happy and safe holiday. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, and get in touch with us. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Sparkle, 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 sparkle. And cut. Yes! Oh, I'm gonna take this dress off.
I'm gonna wash everything.